Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today for a very special and exciting Scenic Group webinar. My name is Anna. I'm an Industry Relations Manager here at CLIA, and I'm going to just quickly go through some housekeeping before introducing our presenter. Please feel free to type your questions into the questions module of the webinar, and we'll get to them throughout the presentation. The webinar is being recorded and will be posted on CLIA's YouTube channel, which is CLIA Global. With that, it is my pleasure to introduce our presenter, Nancy Iovino. Nancy has been with Scenic for 1 year now and covers Central and Southern California, Arizona, Nevada, and Hawaii. Prior to Scenic, Nancy was with Paul Gauguin, Oceana, and also Crystal, and actually started her career in the 20s working on board the Love Boat for Princess Cruises. Nancy is a born and raised native Californian, currently living in La Quinta, California. And with that, take it away, Nancy.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you very much. Hi, everybody. Really nice to be here today. I know there's a lot of suppliers that probably vie to be in front of you and have you as an audience, so I'm honored to be here today. And with that sort of background introduction, I won't bore you with anything else about me. I'll just jump right in. Today, I prepared a presentation that really is in depth about our entire brand. There's a lot of information, and I'm going to try to go through it pretty quickly, and we'll stop about halfway through in case anybody has a burning question to something that I actually forgot to mention. But I'm going to try to make you experts in selling the Scenic brands today. So I am not quite sure how many of you are familiar with Scenic and Emerald, or if you know who your rep is, but we are growing. And this map doesn't even show another 2 regional sales directors that we've recently hired. So we have come into the North American market, and we're sort of coming in on a wrecking ball, and we're growing fast, and we're spreading the word. We have a beautiful product that's been, I think, a secret far too long. And so if you don't see a rep for your territory here, actually we've just hired Charla Smith in Texas, and we also have Tim Birch, who is in Detroit. So you'll be meeting them soon, and I can help you get in touch with them as well if you'd like to speak with them about growing your business with us. So today we're going to talk about Scenic and Emerald, and both of the brands have luxury ocean yachts now, as well as our beautiful luxury river cruises. So we're going to try to cover all of that in the sort of short amount of time, which is an hour, but I think you'll learn a lot. You'll pick up a lot. Just glean what you can and ask questions later. I'm going to start with Emerald today, Emerald Cruises, and I'm going to sort of just give you a real quick history. In 2014, we launched the European river sailings, and then we expanded to Portugal and France in 2017, and then added the Mekong in 2019, and 2022, this year, is our inaugural super yacht season. We are very, very excited about that. We've earned lots of awards and accolades along the way. Thank you if you voted. These are difficult to garner, especially when we're not that well known yet in the North American market. So keep voting for us if you can. We love to get your support. So Emerald Cruise Yacht Experience is where I'm going to start. Now remember, we have Emerald Yacht and Emerald River. So right now we're going to talk about Emerald Yachts. We are introducing our Azzurra this year, and that's who I'm going to start talking about as we move into this. That's sort of yes, it's computer generated, but you can see what she's going to look like when she's floating. She's supposed to be out by March, and she'll be starting in the Eastern Mediterranean this year. She already has a sister ship that is yet to be built, coming out in 2023, Emerald Sakara. So Emerald Azzurra is first, Emerald Sakara will be second. If you take a look at this aerial shot of this computer, well, actually, it is computer generated version of the Azzurra, you'll see how she's laid out. She is 100 guests, so she is a perfect vessel for charters and for groups and for incentives and for multi-generational family reunion groups, things like that. The observation deck all the way forward, of course, with this beautiful observation lounge, sky bar all the way up top, pool, cafe, and lounge aft with a gorgeous infinity pool, the terrace section, the marina platform for all the water toys with the zodiacs and the paddle boards and the kayaks, our wellness and fitness area, our main Reflections restaurant, and then the sort of heartbeat of the ship is the Horizon Bar and Lounge. So you get a little bit more taste of what the ship looks like with some of these shots here. Again, that infinity pool is just gorgeous. She's about 23 by 20 feet, so she's not small. She's a decent size. And the Horizon Bar and Lounge and the terrace areas, beautiful outdoor public spaces here. And there's another shot of the infinity pool to give you sort of an idea of what the size. The sky deck and pool and spa area, just beautifully, beautifully furnished, very contemporary, very comfortable. I can see myself here on Sailaway. I'm looking forward to my first cruise on Azzurra. I don't know when that will be, but hopefully soon. Our guests can actually catch a movie on deck at night on Azzurra, because we're going to have movies under the stars, which I always thought was kind of a lovely feature. I love that. Horizon Bar and Lounge. If you have been or you've sold our Emerald River ships, the Horizon Bar and Lounge is also on our river product with Emerald. So we have just sort of elevated it on the Azzurra Yacht. So the Horizon Bar and Lounge will also be sort of the main connecting pulse of the ship, where you meet maybe before you take off for your excursions that day, or you gather later with friends to share what you did during the day in port. And the port lectures will be in here. So it's just sort of the heartbeat of the vessel. Reflections restaurant, all dining, of course, is included. All special dietary needs considered. You just let us know. We'll take perfect care of you. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner in the Reflections restaurant. If you're not choosing to dine in your stateroom or al fresco at the terrace or any of the other dining venues on board. The terrace is lovely. I can also see myself out here with a cappuccino in the morning or maybe a glass of wine in the evening. It's a lovely outdoor area on board Azzurra. And here's the observation lounge, where you just sort of watch the world go by with a great view of where the ship is sailing. And of course, this is a sort of a necessary feature on the ship right after all the fabulous dining, the gym and wellness area and spa. So no matter what category you book on the Azzurra, they will all have either the queen size or the twin hotel style beds with the beautiful Egyptian cotton linens, all of the complimentary robes and slippers, the complimentary Wi-Fi. I have to say, I've never been able to say complimentary Wi-Fi at any cruise line I've ever worked for before. So it's really nice that at Scenic and Emerald, our Wi-Fi is definitely complimentary, and I love that. So, and of course the restocked minibar, et cetera, et cetera. So we're just going to take a quick peek into some of the staterooms and the suites here. The Ocean View stateroom on Emerald Azzurra, and the balcony suite category with a gorgeous, almost ceiling to floor sliding windows. The deluxe balcony suites, which are just a little larger and a deck higher, nice sitting area. The terrace suites, large outdoor balcony areas, gorgeous queen size bed, beautiful views, double windows, floor to ceiling here in the yacht suites. And then of course the pièce de résistance, the owner's suite. So they're just beautiful, contemporary, clean, fresh designed. The owner of our company, Glenn Maroney, and his wife actually do some of the design and the interior decor on the vessel. So they really put their own personal touch into it. So the ship is beautiful, the accommodations are beautiful, but so are the locations that we're able to sail with her. Emerald Azzurra, being only a 100-passenger, small boutique luxury yacht, she can maneuver in and out of some ports where the larger vessels cannot. So this is just sort of an idea of where we're going to be sailing with Emerald Azzurra. And she will be in the Indian Ocean, the Adriatic, Eastern Western Med, Red and Black Sea. So the itineraries are just going to be fabulous this year and next year. The Adriatic coast is where she's going to spend a lot of time. And on all of the itineraries that we're visiting, you will have options for pre and post packages and optional land tours as well. And of course, our shore excursions that are all complimentary except for one top tier of them on all of Emerald sailings. So we'll be in the Eastern Mediterranean as well as the Adriatic. We will be sailing in the Western Mediterranean, one of my favorite places to sail. We will be visiting the Red Sea, as well as new for 2023, Emerald Azzurra will be sailing in the Black Sea. And whenever we do these itineraries at any company I've ever worked for, Black Sea always sort of fills very quickly. So that might be something you want to remember. Emerald Azzurra will be sailing in the Black Sea. Also new for 2023, we're going to be sailing in the Indian Ocean, which is really exciting. We've had a lot of call for the Seychelles, so we're going to be sailing Emerald Azzurra there. That's really very exciting. So lots and lots and lots I could talk about where the shore excursions are concerned. But in the interest of time, I just want to let you know that we have 3 different tiers of shore excursions on the Emerald products, both ocean and river. So we have the Emerald Active, which sort of is self-explanatory. The bikes, the walking tours, the hiking, the kayaking, that sort of thing for the guest that likes to remain more active. We have the Emerald Plus experiences. Those are more regional, going to the vineyards, maybe shopping in the local markets with the chef, going to someone's home and making and breaking bread with them, that type of thing. And then we have the Discover More, which is sort of a maybe a more like over-the-top concert in a palace that's exclusive just to our guests. And there would be an additional fee for that level of excursion. But all of the others are complimentary. You just tailor it as you like. It's your experience, your vacation. You do as much or as little as you like of the complimentary excursions and maybe add some of the Discover Mores if it suits you. So we currently have on our website the brochures that you can either order to be mailed to you or to view virtually. The 2022 Yacht Cruises collection and the 2023 Yacht Cruises collection at Emerald Cruises. Now this one says .co.uk, ours is .usa. So just let me know if you have any questions about the website or ordering brochures. So just some samples of the itineraries. This happens to be the 18-day Discover the Wonders of the Red Sea. And you can see it's quite an eclectic itinerary. Starting in Jordan and ending in Cyprus, transiting the Suez Canal, visiting Jordan, and Safaga and Israel and Alexandria. So there are a lot of clients that I know love this type of itinerary. The Red Sea and the Black Sea both. So again, keep us top of mind if you would like your clients to experience this gorgeous yacht in this part of the world. Croatia and Italy, another one of my favorite areas, starting in Civitavecchia in Italy and ending in Italy and in Venice, and with a nice mixture of Croatia in the middle of the itinerary. So port intensive, beautiful, beautiful itinerary. French and Italian coastlines, again, you just can't go wrong. Simply beautiful, starting in Nice and ending in Dubrovnik. 15 days aboard the Emerald Azzurra yacht on this itinerary. It just couldn't get better than that, right? This was her float out. So I'm just sort of putting this in front of you so you can see that she is real. It is a real thing. She's almost ready to go. They're just fine tuning her, and mostly the onboard design is what's taking place now, the finishing touches. So there she was on her float out day. So she floats, yay. So the Emerald Azzurra and the Saqqara, her sister ship, both have the marinas for the water sports. So the kayaking will be available, the paddleboarding will be available, and our destination specialists on board will help all of our guests get set up in either in their kayak or on their paddleboard or whatever water sport they're going to partake in. And here's a closer shot of that marina. We actually have the water trampoline as well. I don't know if there's a picture of it in here. I don't think there is, but so that's also a new sort of fun, all the rage sport, the water trampoline on the marina. So that will be fun. So your luxurious yacht experience aboard Emerald Saqqara or Emerald Azzurra awaits you, and I do hope that you share this with your clients. because it really will be sort of an experience of a lifetime. Boutique, luxury, sailing around these gorgeous ports that I just shared with you with only 100 people. So it's pretty incredible, pretty lovely. So now I'm going to jump quickly over to Emerald River Cruising. And again, some of you may be familiar with Emerald. They have been sailing the rivers of Europe for quite a few years now. And we do refer to our Emerald River ships as our starships. One of the innovative features on most of our Emerald starships on the rivers throughout Europe have that beautiful retractable dome above the pool. And in the evening, that area encloses, the roof closes, the bottom of the pool lifts up to a teak wood floor. The water drains out of the sides, and that becomes a movie theater in the evening. So it's really pretty innovative, pretty exciting. And then you can see a picture of the Horizon Bar and Lounge, the sun deck, and the indoor pool area there. So that's sort of an overview of the Emerald ships. So here's where we're sailing in Europe on the Emerald River ships. We're doing the Rhone, the Seine, the Douro, the Rhine, Moselle, Main, and the Danube. I did the Douro myself this past summer. I was actually on Scenic, but it was absolutely lovely. And one of the Emerald ships pulled right up next to the Scenic ship in Porto, and I got to tour it. So I can say I've been on both Emerald and Scenic river ships now. And that Douro is amazing if no one's done that. Portugal, I absolutely fell in love with it. Never been there, never really thought about going there until I came to Scenic, and it was absolutely lovely. So if anybody wants any insight on the Douro, I can certainly do that for you, perhaps after the webinar today. So here's some of the most popular itineraries. Again, not enough time to talk about them all, but the 8-day Danube Delights, a great sailing to start a client that maybe hasn't sailed with us or has not done a river cruise yet. Same thing with the 8-day Jewels of the Rhine, Amsterdam to Basel, very popular. The Sensations of Lyon and Provence, also beautiful, Lyon to Marseille. And again, that Porto round trip, Portugal, I absolutely would recommend that. To the moon and back. It was absolutely lovely. I just loved it. And then the Emerald Harmony. This is our Southeast Asia vessel that we built, and we built it specifically for this market. So it has a beautiful an Asian flair in the decor. She actually pulls right into Ho Chi Minh City, so there's no hour-and-a-half motor coach tour for our guests. She's a beautiful vessel. She has all the same inclusive features. She's just a beautiful, beautiful ship. And here's what she's doing. She will be visiting Hanoi, Phnom Penh, Siem Reap. We can do a Halong Bay excursion, Hoi An, and Ho Chi Minh City. So these are available on Emerald Cruises on the beautiful Harmony ship that we built and we own. This is the 15-day Wonders of Vietnam, Cambodia, and the Mekong. And again, the 23-day that will encompass all of it, including Halong Bay. So Southeast Asia river cruising, Emerald does it beautifully on the Harmony with the ship that we built and we own, and we park her right in the heart of the city. So Emerald Explorer Club, this is just letting you know that once you sail with Emerald, your clients will enjoy extra savings and offers, bonus vouchers, refer a friend benefits, and many more rewards. So we do have the Explorer Club program on Emerald, and it's very successful and very popular. So I wanted to just take a minute, take a breath. I'm doing a lot of talking. If anybody has anything that they're just burning to ask me now that I didn't discuss about Emerald, either yachts or our Emerald river ships, would you like to say anything now, or are you all okay with me just continuing about another half hour?
We do have some questions coming in, so we can definitely get to those. Our first one is from David, who is wondering if Emerald has an agent training program. I don't know if you'll get to that later, but.
I'm sorry, an agent
training program.
Oh, absolutely. Oh my goodness. In fact, now that you say that, I feel guilty because I haven't even finished it. There's so much information on our website, in our portal. Absolutely. scenicusa.com. Upper right-hand corner, agent portal, register, and boom. You can take classes to your heart's content, and you can listen to videos, listen to webinars, watch videos, lots of pre-recorded information there. Absolutely, and you will earn points to purchase merchandise as you work your way through this agent training program.
Perfect. That sounds exciting. And we do have a few questions about how COVID-19 protocols are affecting your ships. So I know that's kind of a big question and it's changing all the time, but
Yes.
if you have a few insights right now.
Yes, I was going to sort of leave that to the end because that sort of takes on a life as its own, right? But absolutely. So we are working not only with CLIA, but with every single government agency around the world. Our protocols have been bumped up to the highest degree that they possibly can be. And I experienced it myself when I went in August. My test had just run out from the 72 hours, and they tested me as I was boarding over to the side with an immediate test. And of course I passed, it was fine. And then they test during the sailing, and then they test at the end of the sailing. We have not had any incidences at all. And we are doing all the social distancing, all the required masking. We are requiring all guests to be vaccinated. So I think we are as on top of it as we possibly can be. And I am happy to say that we have not had any incidences to my knowledge or that have been mentioned at all. They're doing a beautiful job. It is our top priority, I guarantee you that. And I felt never safer than when I was on the Scenic Azzurra in August.
Okay, perfect. And we'll just do a few more questions before jumping back into the presentation. Sure. This one is from Kim, who is wondering, who is the target client for Emerald River Cruises? What is the average age?
Yes. So there was a slide all about that, and I ended up hiding it only because a lot of it had to do with the UK and Australia market because we are a global company. But for Emerald Cruises, that's a perfect question. And this product versus the Scenic River and Ocean product is probably more of the upper premium deluxe versus more of the ultra luxury. Emerald is mostly inclusive, but not all inclusive. So the beer and wine is complimentary with lunch and dinner. And then all of the other times during the day, they would pay for their alcohol if they chose to. Whereas on Scenic, it's all inclusive all the time. So the pricing reflects that. The meals all included, as is the room service. So that's not an issue. It's just the beer and wine with lunch and dinner on Scenic on Emerald versus all inclusive on Scenic. And then when you get to the shore excursions, I mentioned this earlier, there's one category of shore excursions on Emerald that the guests would pay for if they wanted to do it. Whereas on Scenic, all three tiers of shore excursions are always included. But on Emerald, they can just sort of take what they want of the complimentary excursions and then pass on some of the more really enrichment type programs that would cost them something, but they may not want to go to the Palais Liechtenstein and listen to a concert with everybody. Maybe they don't want to do that. If you want to, there's a fee for it. If they don't want to, they don't have to. So those are really the two differences. The beer and wine with lunch and dinner and the one tier of shore excursions. The age range does skew a little younger on Emerald, maybe, 50s, 60s versus Scenic being more 60s, 70s, but there's so many ages on both sides of those numbers. We really see everything on both products, but generally speaking, Emerald skews a little younger and maybe a little more active as well. Okay,
perfect. And Denise is wondering if all cabins are on the exterior.
88% of the staterooms on the yachts are luxury balcony, but all have windows. And then on the river sailings, same thing. Yeah,
Perfect.
no inside cabins. And while we're talking it, no triples, no quads. Okay.
Got it. And it
Okay.
looks like we'll just do one more question and then we can get to the rest of these at the end. This is from Carmen, who is wondering on the 100-person yacht, is that solely for group travel or individual bookings as well?
Absolutely, FIT individual bookings. It just happens to lend itself well if you do have groups or charters or incentives or meetings. We love to have that business, but absolutely a couple can book it or a single. Absolutely.
Okay, perfect. And we can jump back into the presentation.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
So now we're jumping into Scenic, and we're going to talk about scenic rivers. And there is a difference on Scenic. It is all inclusive. It has earned many, many awards and accolades. It is a luxury product, yet casual and comfortable. There are many, many options as far as the yoga and the Pilates and the gym equipment that's available and the instruction that's available. Multiple dining venues, special dietary requests always accommodated. The exclusive personalized experiences, I was just sort of speaking about that point. These are the sort of over the top exclusive enrichment cultural experiences that we provide as an excursion option that's complimentary. Private tours of palaces, private concerts, private in-home dining with local families, things like that. And then, of course, the Cruise with Confidence program, although that sort of is enforced with every product, but Cruise with Confidence meaning flexible booking policies, complimentary deposit protection plans up to $250, our platinum protection plan up to $400, allowing you to cancel 31 days prior, et cetera, et cetera. Lots of detail there, but Scenic really has thought of everything. And we also like to say that Scenic, we're more than just river cruise ships. Our team is extremely dedicated, and what sets us apart on the rivers with our employees is that they are our employees. We hire them personally, we train them, we give them their own incentive plans. In other words, they are not brought to us through a third-party employment company that staffs all the cruise ships around the world. Our employees are our employees, and I guarantee you, you and your clients will notice the difference. Our entire personalized well-being program on board, it's lovely. The standards of health and hygiene, excellent. So it's really like a very, very luxurious floating hotel. I promise you that. It's a lovely, lovely experience. We do, and we have made the commitment to our clients' well-being and safety, and we're doing an excellent job. I did experience it myself. And this is a little bit speaking to the question that came up. The crew will now be 100% fully vaccinated. We are doing the contact-free at check-in and check-out. We have completely redone our air circulation on board the vessels. The whole socially aware dining, distancing, all the briefings, all the screenings, enhanced cleaning, it is happening on board our vessels. Not only Scenic brand, Emerald brand as well. So let's just jump into some of the suites on the Scenic River sailings. This is a look into the Royal Suite. It is absolutely beautiful. I think this slide is also going to show a little bit, yeah, so there's a couple other categories here, the junior suites, as well as the balcony suites, and the sliding doors are fabulous. You walk out onto your own sun deck, and at the push of a button, the top half of your balcony window completely retracts. I took some of the best photography of my trip in Portugal off of my balcony with my window retracted all the way down from my stateroom. It's a beautiful design, and it's really hard to leave that balcony when you're sailing, because it's just beautifully designed and the views are just spectacular. And then the standard suite, even though it doesn't have the large sliding window, you can see bottom right, there is a window. I think that was asked earlier. So dining and beverages, never enough time to talk about the dining, right? All dining, all beverages, all spirits, all room service, all included on the Scenic River product. So you'll see the in-suite dining is always available, and it's definitely an option. I would definitely recommend you and our clients trying the in-suite dining option. Our River Cafe is a little bit more casual. They have some excellent little delicacies in there. Every day I was surprised by something special in there. The L'Amour or Portobello's, it's the alternate dining. L'Amour when we're in in France, and then Portobello's when we're in Portugal. It's a lovely regional fare restaurant. And then of course Table Rive, which is the chef's dining table, and it's very special, like a 10-course meal. So lovely option. No one will go hungry, I guarantee you. Meeting the team on board the Scenic River cruises, from our enrichment manager all the way up to the butlers and the hotel director, they are always visible. The cruise director is always around. The captain and crew are always mingling. The ships aren't large, so they are always there. They're always assisting each other. They're always making sure our guests have everything they need. If there is any issue, they nip it in the bud. They make sure that you are well taken care of, and they are a fantastic, well-trained team on board these Scenic vessels. So a day in the life in Europe with Scenic. So you might be an early riser. You wake up at 5:30, 6 a.m. There are plenty of wonderful items to choose from that will be available for you, from the croissants to the fresh fruit to the fresh coffee. All of that's ready bright and early. Or if you're like me and you don't do early morning real well, you have the more traditional full service breakfast all morning long at your disposal whenever you feel like showing up or ordering it to your suite. You can take off for some morning exploration, or if you're, again, a late morning person like me, there's still tours that will accommodate you as well. That are, of course, complimentary as well. You're not paying for them. So here we are. You're back to the ship for a beautiful lunch. You head out again in the afternoon. You get ready for dinner, and in the evening, you're either going to a concert that we've arranged for you nearby in the port somewhere, or you're enjoying entertainment on board the vessel. So you'll be very busy, and no matter what scenic sailing you take on the rivers, the service, the dining, the scenery, it's all spectacular. Here is where we're going in Europe with Scenic on the rivers. Again, the Rhine, the Moselle, the Seine, the Rhone. We're sailing the Bordeaux area, the Main, Upper and Lower Danube, and we are also sailing in Russia. And a lot of people don't know that. In addition to Southeast Asia, we are sailing the rivers in Russia. The only difference here is that we do not own the vessel. Okay, we don't own the Scenic Czar. We do lease it, and the alcohol is not included because that's a Russian regulation. So some slightly different features in Russia, but beautiful itineraries and still the excellent Scenic service. So I thought I would just go to France with you today because there's so many places we could go, but I thought I would give you some samples of river sailing in France. This happens to be the Normandy Gems of the Seine, and I just thought I'd share some of the itinerary with you, and what you and your clients will see, starting in Paris, also ending in Paris actually, and visiting some beautiful ports along the way. Lots and lots of shore excursions, lots of scenic and rich programs. The e-bikes, you can just jump on an e-bike if you'd like. I don't know if anybody's been on them, but they're electric bikes. They do most of the work for you. That's an option for some of our more active guests as well, to ride around Paris. We're also visiting, I'm probably going to butcher this, but Les Andelys. The scenery is just spectacular. Roanne, Some of the history here is incredible, of course. Joan of Arc. Oh, the macarons. Visiting the battlefields for the history buffs. They do some in-depth tours here, teaching you the history, showing you the artwork. Honfleur, absolutely beautiful. Who isn't going to go crazy over that cheese and the port and the wine? Lots and lots of that on some of our culinary sailings as well. Visiting the Normandy beaches, learning the history, sort of experiencing what that must have been like for those soldiers. Incredible. Caudebec-en-Caux, I know I'm saying that wrong, but another absolutely stunning part of this country. Vernon. I mean, talk about living in a picture, right? Is that just gorgeous? And you'll have plenty of time to see it. We'll be visiting some of the local residences and breaking bread with them in France. Chateau La Roche-Guyon, am I saying that right? Probably not. Private concerts. Auvers-sur-Loire. Vincent van Gogh's resting place. So that's just an incredible itinerary, and you can also build them back to back. Why not? Some people want to do that for an incredible experience, 2 or 3 itineraries built on top of each other so that you can see all of the regions of France that we visit, because it's hard to see it all in one cruise, so you can actually move them back to back. So I wanted to mention that we are doing a South of France river sailing October 20th this year with top chef Brian Voltaggio. I don't know if you guys watch the Food Channel, but he's been on. He's spectacular. He's coming on board. So those of you that do the food and wine groups, let's talk. Maybe not on this webinar, but I can definitely help you if you're within my region, or I can send you in the direction of your regional sales director for Scenic and Emerald. And some agents are already starting to build some groups, food and wine groups on the sailing. We'd love to help you do the same. So Chef Brian Voltaggio will be with us this October. We're very, very excited about that. I wanted to mention the Scenic TailorMade app. What is that? So Scenic has created an app that is tailor-made for us, for our guests. When they're doing their trip personalizer, when they're all booked and ready to go and they're filling out all their information, they download this app if they want. And that way, when they get to the voyage, the scenic voyage that they're taking, the app is downloaded and it knows what cruise they're on, and they just pull it up and they hit map, they can hit tour, they can hit list. It will tell them if they want to set out on their own, which a lot of our guests like to do, either on a bike or on foot, or just with a couple people maybe that they just met on the voyage. This will tell them where to go, what to see, what route to take to get there and to get back, and what to avoid as well. So this is a really cool feature that Scenic has added called the Scenic TailorMade app, and it is to assist our guests with getting around in the ports of call that are on their particular voyage, so that they don't get lost and that they don't miss some of the most important places to see. So here we are. I was sort of briefly mentioning this earlier, the Book with Confidence. Scenic has this in place: flexible booking policies, complimentary deposit protection plans, and our Platinum protection plan as well. So we can discuss that more, and or it's all on our website as well after this presentation. So looking forward to having you aboard. Go ahead and secure your journey with us today. Share Scenic River Cruise information with your clients. Our butlers are waiting. And by the way, everybody on a Scenic cruise, everybody has a butler. So that's a very nice feature as well. So we're going to shift gears now, and we're going to move into Scenic's luxury ocean yachts. Okay. So we literally have created a new benchmark in luxury yacht cruising. I don't know how many of you are aware of the Scenic Eclipse or the Scenic Eclipse 2, because she's being built. There will be 2 of these gorgeous vessels, but Scenic Eclipse 1 is out and she is currently in Antarctica. She is a polar class vessel. She is 228 guests when we are in non-polar regions, and we cut that down to 200 guests when she is in the polar regions, because we add 20 journey destination specialists that help our guests in and out of the zodiacs and onto the icebergs and in and out of the kayaks and tender boats. And, you know, there's a lot to be seen in this part of the world, but our journey destination specialists need to be there to make the experience the most enriching for our clients. So that is why we bring them and cut down the capacity a little bit in Antarctica on the sailing. So this vessel, truly all-inclusive, ultra luxury suites, 10 dining venues that are absolutely spectacular, all-inclusive beverages, spirits. Yes, that is a whiskey bar. They are all secured, those bottles. The indulgent spaces on board, including the spas, are just mind-blowing. They're so beautifully designed. Butler service, of course, everyone having that privilege on board. And then our Scenic Discovery program with the enrich and free choice options for all of the excursions are just endless. Here is an idea of what this gorgeous vessel, how she's laid out. She is equipped with 2 state-of-the-art helicopters and her own Neptune submarine. I've just never heard of anything like that. So 2 state-of-the-art helicopters, her own Neptune submarine. They each hold about 7 guests. The Neptune submarine dives to about 900 feet. The 2 helicopters hold also about 7 people each, and they will do probably 6 or 7 tours a day. We will have the kayaks off the water sports marina. We will have the zodiacs. We will have the paddle boards, 9 bars and lounges, the Senses Spa, absolutely gorgeous. So this is a ship that is really just designed over the top. Technologically speaking, she's one of the most advanced on the planet. This is a picture of when the Scenic Eclipse first arrived in Antarctica, and the emperor penguins came out to greet everyone, and they stayed there the entire time the ship was there. So I thought that was really special and a good sign for us visiting this beautiful part of the world. The state-of-the-art advanced technology on Eclipse and Eclipse 2, I will probably butcher it, but I'm going to do my best just to explain how advanced she is. They are. First of all, the stabilization is 2x that of any other yacht this size anywhere in the world to ensure a smooth ride like glass on these ships. She also has the ability to hold her position anywhere in any ocean in the world without dropping an anchor that upsets the seabed. So they maintain position without an anchor dug into the seabed. So it's pretty incredible. They run absolutely pristine clean, and they are literally purpose-built for making sure that the environmental impact is absolutely almost zero. So they've done an incredible job, and there'll be a lot more information that you can read about for anybody that's really interested in that aspect of it. There's a lot of information available online about that. So our team on board is pretty spectacular. As I mentioned, the journey destination specialists, the captains, the entire crew, they're always visible. The chef, the dining team, they are just going to make sure that your clients have an incredible over-the-top experience. And again, all of the employees are our employees. We hire them, we train them, we promote them from within. They are our employees. They don't bounce around on various cruise ships. They work for Scenic. They are our employees. And again, the difference that makes on board is huge. The Discovery team, we owe them so much. These are some of the most knowledgeable, passionate, educated people on the planet who know so much about Antarctica, the Arctic. They really make the experience to these very special places for our guests. Very, very memorable. Without them, the experience would not be the same. Here's a more sort of a close-up of the helicopters and a close-up of that gorgeous submarine. I cannot wait to do this. Here's a picture of the marina with some people getting on some paddle boards and into their kayaks, and that's just sort of a close-up of how that works. More people out there paddle boarding. Haven't done that yet either. I'm looking forward to it. The Arctic and Antarctic experiences, we count the number of people per Zodiac, and we make sure that we're not overdoing it. That's all very calculated. And we also give them the jackets, by the way. Our guests get to keep those jackets that we suit them up with, so they get to take those home. We're picking into the observation lounge now on board the beautiful Scenic Eclipse. Very beautifully designed. We have an open bridge policy. We want you to come in. We want you to meet the captain. He wants to tell you all about the incredible Eclipse navigation system and how he drives that gorgeous vessel. Here's the panorama bar on deck 10 on the Scenic Eclipse, the Vitality Pool and Spa area at sunset, the Senses Spa, absolutely beautiful. Every possible pampering treatment you can think of is available to our guests. Relax and indulge before or after your treatment. Pilates and yoga classes given, private instruction, group instruction, all complimentary. And of course the gym to work off all that lovely dining. And the state-of-the-art theater, lectures, movies, special interest speakers, meetings, all takes place in the theater. One of the scenic lounges by that beautiful bar. My husband would be there all the time. Only because he likes whiskey. I don't mean because he's, that didn't sound right. But anyway, there it is, that gorgeous, gorgeous bar with some incredible whiskeys from around the world. Premium beverages all included. All-inclusive dining, 10 dining venues. Absolutely incredible. Almost too pretty to eat, right? Yacht Club and Yacht Club dining. Elements dining. Lumiere, French dining. Coco's, Asian dining. Sushi at Coco's, late night Asian dining. Night markets, more late night dining. Chef's table, absolutely incredible experience. Chef's table, one of the preparations. I'm not sure what that is, but it looks yummy. And the Scenic Epicure program. So we will have local chefs. We'll either bring on our own or we'll bring some local chefs on regionally wherever we're sailing. They'll do cooking demos, cooking tastings, classes, instructions. So the Epicure program is growing at Scenic, both on the ocean yachts and on the river vessels. Another outdoor dining experience on this ultra luxury vessel, personal butler service on Scenic Eclipse. Here we are, just quickly going to look at the suites as we wrap this up. Deluxe veranda suites, spa suites. And on the Eclipse, these suites range anywhere from 344 square feet to about 2,700 square feet. I know it's posted in meters, but they are very, very spacious. Spa suite, bathroom, grand panorama suite. Just gorgeous, gorgeous panoramic views. Panorama suite, ensuite bathroom, owner's penthouse suite. This is about 2,700 square feet with its own gorgeous private terrace and jacuzzi pool, and the owner's penthouse suite bathroom. Kind of a nice view from that bathtub, huh? And the 2-bedroom penthouse suite balcony. Okay, so 2022 and 2023, we have our super early bird offers. We have early bird offers. We have lots and lots and lots of offers, probably too many to go into here, but they're all on our website, or you're going to see them in our newsletters and our emails. Some of them will be listed in the brochures, the mini brochures, or of course you can reach out to your regional sales director and we'll try to get you all squared away with all the current promotions that are going on, because there's many of them. Some are combinable, some aren't, but big thank you from everybody at Scenic and Emerald and myself for joining today and for being an ombudsman for Scenic and Emerald. And I also wanted to share with you that this time to travel code can be used to redeem within 21 days these various discounts for new bookings. Scenic River Cruises, 150 per couple. Scenic Eclipse, 250 per couple. Emerald River, 150 per couple. And Emerald Yachts, 250 per couple. You can just take a screenshot of that or just write down time to travel. That's the code that you will use when you either go into ExpressBook, which is our online booking engine, or when you call reservations. Hey, I have the time to travel code. I want that discount for the new booking I just made. And that should work very nicely for you. All right, so that's it from my end.
Perfect. And we do have some more questions coming in.
Yes.
Our first one is from Denise, who is wondering if the menus vary by locale and vessel, or if they're the same on all of the Scenic River cruises.
Okay, so yes, we do vary them because we try very hard, and they were very successful when I was on board, to work with the local fare, visiting the local farmers markets, visiting the local fish markets, using everything they can farm to table. So yes, we vary the menus. Yes, it's by region. Some sailings, like I said, will have local chefs on to do cooking demos. Yes, they will serve you what is, I mean, not exclusively, there will always be the standard, steak, chicken, fish to choose from for the client that wants that, but there will always be something regional featured on both the river and on the yacht sailings. And of course, you notice on the yachts, there's a few more dining options, especially on Eclipse. There's literally 10 venues. So absolutely, lots of variety and lots of regional specialties and or regional chefs that will come on board and do presentations.
Got it. Our next question is from Miranda, who is wondering how to order multiple brochures for an event.
Okay, so yeah, when you order online, you're right, you can't do that. So you contact your rep, or you either call reservations, contact your rep, and we'll order them for you.
Okay, easy enough. And we have a couple people wondering if you could repeat the agent training website.
Yes, www.scenicusa.com. Top right corner, click on Agent Portal, and you're off.
Okay, perfect. And I'm just typing that into the chat for everyone so they will have it. Our next question is, do you have specials on solo supplements?
Sometimes, depending on capacity. Excuse me. Yes, I have requested a lower single supplement and it has been approved on numerous sailings. It just depends on the capacity.
Okay, got it.
You would work with your regional sales director on that. We are all more than happy to help you do that. We do not want you to lose a client over that.
Got it. Our next question is from Carl, who is wondering if any of the suites are ADA accessible.
Yes, I believe we do have them, although I know that these ships are more under the European guidelines versus US guidelines. So I'm going to have to find out exactly which suites and what you need. And you can email me, you can call me, you can go through Anna and she can relay to me, and I'll get you details on whatever you need for that.
Yes, definitely. We have a couple people wondering how they can find out who their representative is. And I think you had a slide with all of that. Is it possible for you to go back to that?
I did, and but they may not be showing. So I will, hang on one second here. Because we've hired a couple new people that aren't on there yet. So I might be able to just tell you.
Perfect.
Okay, so we just hired Charla Smith in Texas. So she's doing Texas, New Mexico, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana. I think that's pretty much what she's doing. And then Tim Birch is located in Detroit. So he's sort of doing all of that, everything above Oklahoma and Arkansas. So he would be doing Michigan, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Iowa, Missouri, Kansas, Nebraska. And then we're going to be hiring another person for just the state of Florida. Don't know who that is yet. Richard Hickey is there, but he will continue with national and key accounts, house accounts. And then another person's going to be hired in the Southeast to take over like Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, that section. Does that help?
Yes, and that is all very exciting about those new people coming into the Scenic family.
Yes.
And it looks like we just have one more question from Kim, who is wondering if the brands are family friendly. Are kids allowed on board? Are there things to do for kids on board?
Okay, so I would say that if we're not really geared to kids. I just being completely transparent. But when I say that, there's definitely kids on board. We just don't have the triples or the quads. So if you bring a child, my professional / personal opinion would be maybe, 10 years old and older, that because, there's so many tours and they can ride the bikes and that kind of thing. And they would share with an adult because again, no triples or quads. But the younger children, not really. No accommodations, and just by virtue of the fact that we're so busy with all the excursions and getting on and off the ship, and it's difficult for young children. So I would say not so much. Now on the yachts, kind of the same thing. No triples, no quads. But some people like going on the ship and just staying on the ship, but there is no children's program, nothing like that.
Okay, that makes sense. And those are all of our questions. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining. And thank you, Nancy, for all of that wonderful information.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I was really happy to do it. So thanks, everybody. Have a great day.
Yeah, have a great rest of your week, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye.